Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to first look at Arsenal opening talks with representatives for Fluminense youngster Matheus Martinelli, and then we're going to look at forgotten Arsene Wenger signing speaking out on his Arsenal future. So the first transfer headline states that Arsenal open talks with representatives of Fluminense youngster Matheus Martinelli. So the reports are stating that Arsenal have made an approach to land Fluminense starlet Matheus Martinelli, according to reports in Brazil. Mikel Arteta has one eye on the summer transfer window and is working alongside technical director Edu to further strengthen in midfield after splashing out £45 million on Atletico Madrid's Thomas Partey last October. The Spaniard has made it clear he's keen to sign Martin Ødegaard on a permanent basis when the Norwegian's loan deal expires at the end of the campaign, but Real Madrid are yet to make a final decision on the player's future as he continues to impress in Arsenal colours. The Gunners have therefore been forced to scour the market for possible alternatives should Martin Ødegaard return to the Bernabeu, and Fluminense Martinelli, no relation to Gabriel Martinelli, is firmly on the club's radar. Globo Esporte claims Arsenal have been scouting the 19-year-old Brazilian in recent months and have opened talks with his entourage to gather more information and gauge whether he would be interested in a move to the Emirates Stadium. However, the North London Giants are yet to make contact with Fluminense over a potential bid for Martinelli's signature, and the teenager remains fully focused on establishing himself in Roger Machado's first team at the Maracanã. The report suggesting that he is enjoying his time at Fluminense and is looking forward to compete in Copa Libertadores for the first time. Arsenal, aware that Martinelli will not come cheap given he has a €40 million, £35 million in his contract at Fluminense. The youngster made his first team debut back in December and has scored 3 goals in 11 appearances in the Brazilian top flight this season. So it looks like the Gunners are to open talks with representatives of Fluminense youngster Matheus Martinelli, and it looks like Arsenal have made an approach to land the Fluminense starlet Matheus Martinelli, according to reports in Brazil. And it looks like Mikel Arteta already has one of his eyes in the summer transfer window, and he's working alongside technical director Edu to further strengthen in midfield after splashing out £45 million on Atletico Madrid's Thomas Partey last October. And it's clear that Mikel Arteta wants to sign Martin Ødegaard on a permanent transfer. But it looks like Real Madrid are yet to make a final decision on the player's future, and he does continue to impress in Arsenal colours, so you have to wait and see if Martin Ødegaard will sign for Arsenal on a permanent transfer. But if he doesn't, Mikel Arteta is looking for Martin Ødegaard alternatives, and he sees Fluminense's Martinelli, no relation to Gabriel Martinelli by the way, as a possible option for the Gunners that can play in that number 10 position. Martinelli will also not come cheap as he has been given a €40 million release clause which estimates to £35 million in his contract at Fluminense. And he's someone that has made his first team debut in December and has scored 3 goals in 11 appearances in the Brazilian top flight this season. So you have to wait and see if Mikel Arteta goes for Martinelli in the summer transfer market. And this nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, and it states that forgotten Arsene Wenger signing speaks out on his Arsenal future. And the reports are stating that Konstantinos Mavropanos insists he remains in the dark over his Arsenal future and is unsure whether or not he will be required to return to his parent club in the summer. The 23-year-old joined the Gunners in January 2018 upon the recommendation of the club's former head of recruitment, Sven Mislintat. Mavropanos, one of the final signings of the Arsene Wenger era, hasn't played for the Gunners in approaching 2 years and spent a season on loan at Nuremberg, before renowned talent spotter Sven Mislintat brought him to Stuttgart, where he is now the sporting director. Speaking about his future, Dinos Mavropanos, who recently made his international debut for Greece, told Bild, "I can't say that at the moment if I'll return to Arsenal. Things can change quickly in football. I still have 2 months here in Stuttgart and would like to end the season with the team as high up as possible. The door at Stuttgart is open to me." That's very good, but I can think only specifically about the future when we have talks with Arsenal for the new season. Arsenal are likely to make significant changes to their squad over the summer. Regardless of whether or not they qualify for Europe next season, Mikel Arteta has a number of players out on loan and must make a decision on Dinos Mavropanos as well as another promising young centre-back, William Saliba, who joined Nice in January. Speaking about both players recently, Mikel Arteta said, "We are having meetings very often to assess what they are doing, and obviously we are getting all the information and watching their games because I want to keep a very close eye on what they are doing." We were talking yesterday, for example, with Ben Napper, who is our loan manager, who is in charge of monitoring everything we are doing. And we are in good contact with the players. Let's see. It's good news that they are playing, and it's good news that they have the possibility to have a lot of minutes, because that's going to give us a much better perception of where they are now and how we can use them. So it looks like Dinos Mavropanos has spoken out on his Arsenal future, and he states that he remains in the dark over his Arsenal future and is unsure whether or not he will be required to return to his parent club in the summer. And it looks like the 23-year-old who joined the Gunners in January 2018 upon the recommendation of the club's former head of recruitment, Sven Mislintat, and one of the final signings of the Arsene Wenger era, hasn't played for the Gunners in approaching 2 years, and he spent the season on loan at Nuremberg before renowned talent spotter and now sporting director of Stuttgart, Sven Mislintat, brought him to Stuttgart. So it looks like Dinos Mavropanos has stated that he can't see at the moment if he'll return to the Gunners, and for me, he said it very well because things can change very quickly in football and he still has 2 months here, and it's good that he's focused on his time at Stuttgart as he wants to end the season with the team as high up as possible. Even though Stuttgart wants him to stay at Stuttgart, it's very good in terms of his abilities, but also we have to see if Arsenal do want to recruit him back and bring him back into the starting 11 or bring him back to the squad overall. So you have to wait and see if Dinos Mavropanos will retain his position in the Arsenal team next season, and other than that guys, I think he will be a decent player, but remain blessed. Stay tuned for the next video and peace.